First Kings tells of the prophet Elijah experiencing God. First there was a storm, then an earthquake, and then a fire came, but God wasn't in these. Elijah experienced God in a still small voice. In the Psalms, God calls for us to be still and know Him. Our camp, known as In the Whisper, is 100 acres of land donated to be a place for teens to get away from the storms and earthquakes of their busy lives and to be still and experience God. These two pictures give you an idea of the size and the potential of this project. The first is just the area around the lake. The second one shows the whole area of woodlands and of open fields that's been donated for us. Everything in the camp is built with donations and volunteers. We're using these pallets for bridges, decks, and other structures. Since the beginning, teens and adults have worked side by side building this camp. Work days are just as much ministry days as events are, and every workday has its share of goof-off time. Our plan is to have about 9 sites to support small group ministry. Groups of 6 or 8 teens and a couple of adults for an overnighter or a weekend, just to get down to the business of who Jesus Christ really is and what He really means. Here's our first cabin. It's made out of 2 40-foot semi-trailers fastened together with the center wall cut out. We slid a pickup truck camper into one end of one of the trailers. That gives us an instant kitchen. You can see by the couches that we're going for the teen mid-70s eclectic look. Our focus is on small group ministry. These climbing walls were built with that in mind. The goal is to get your entire team over the walls, stressing teamwork rather than individual accomplishment. Same goes for the tire challenge. Team has to get the tires on and off the pole without touching it. The horizontal beam can be used for a number of activities. We'll be adding more elements as time goes on. As we lay out our trails through the camp, we're conscious of the environment around us. So far, we've seen at least 6 species of frogs and toads on a regular basis. Some people will be pleased, and others not so much, to know we see almost as many snakes as spiders. Deer and turkey are common. Blackberries and elderberries abound, as does poison ivy. Most of the trails will intentionally be too narrow for vehicles. The main supply trail will accommodate ATVs and trailers to supply the camp, but their use will be limited. The camp is called In the Whisper without reason. While our main focus is on small groups, the area by the lake can handle larger ones. Our goal is to make In the Whisper available not only to Youth for Christ clubs in our 7-county area, but also to other church and parachurch groups. Ministry isn't ministry unless it happens. An empty camp doesn't do much ministry. This bridge was recently completed by a Boy Scout troop as one of their members' Eagle projects. We appreciate it very much. There's still a whole lot to do. We have bridges and trails to finish and small group sites to set up. These take lumber and resources and time. A local construction company donated this trailer that used to be a construction field office. We're making it into a game room for rainy days. Don't worry, the toilet's been disconnected. We just haven't hauled it out yet. This was a 40-foot trailer before it was a bridge. It'll blend in a bit better after it's been painted. These floats were originally part of a sewage water treatment plant. We have enough of them to make a dock on the lake. All it takes is lumber and time. Here's another field office. We aren't sure how this should best be used yet. Second cabin site maybe? Or a support building near the lake for a changing room? There's lots of choices. Here's an unfinished bridge at the south edge of the property. It's being made from pallet lumber, and we'll have it done soon. Low spots on trails need to be traversed with walkways. Building them up with dirt traps water and affects the environment. The property includes over 30 acres of relatively open area with just small trees on it. Think of the possibilities. Let your imagination run wild for a bit. Imagine a group of teens hiking into the deep woods and finding out that their cabin is a real DC-3 airplane. Nope, we don't have it yet, but we're working on it. Imagine a treehouse big enough to sleep 10 with a huge rope swing. Imagine frisbee golf courses. Imagine a 300-foot zip line over the lake. Most importantly, imagine teens meeting our Savior, Jesus Christ. Come and share our vision. For more information on In the Whisper or on Northern Ohio Youth for Christ, see our website at www.northernohioyfc.com.